talking about a lot of fights, and I heard so I know. I think Boots Ennis fights July 8th. He's fighting Roman Villa, the guy who beat Rashidi Ellis. Even though I do think that was very controversial. He made a strong push at the end, a very, very strong push at the end. He could have been down by too much to have legit won that fight. That's very possible. Nevertheless, he's going to fight Boots Ennis, right? I see that fight coming up. I heard rumors of Thurman Ugas. I haven't really seen it much on it. I just heard about it through the wind. I think that would be a great fight, right? But a fight that is official, that's flying under the radar, is Stephen Fulton and Naoya Inoue, right? That is taking place. I think it takes place 4 days before Spence Crawford. And maybe that's why it's flying under the radar. It's weird timing. It's in the middle of the week, but I think it's taking place in Japan, correct?
Correct.
So I think that's a great fight. And I think not enough people are talking about it. Now, I know you've been following Inoue for a while. I've been doing some catching up on Inoue. I like Stephen Fulton, so I just want to jump straight into it. Who you got and why?
So for me, it's kind of like the reverse with you. I've been starting to catch up on Stephen Fulton. But I mean, Inoue starting his career, at 108 pounds up until this point now, where he's fighting at Bantam. Inoue, especially being a former undisputed champion, stopping everyone. I think the only person he didn't stop, but he stopped him the second time, was
Nonito Donaire.
Donaire, yes, which he gave him a competitive fight that first time that they fought, especially. And it's crazy because he broke Inoue's orbital socket and orbital bone during that fight, and Inoue still pushed through and won the fight, right, by unanimous decision. But then the second time put a stop to him right then and there, like, nah, you ain't about the. And I think what's impressive about Inoue is his punching power at the lower weight class. If you notice in boxing, when you start moving up in higher weight classes, it becomes a bit easier for you to stop the opponents, right? Because you're more heavier, you're able to knock people out just a bit easier. The lower you go in weight classes is much harder for you to knock your opponent out just because of physics. So for him to just be stopping his opponents the way he does is phenomenal, right? They ain't calling him a monster for no reason. If they did match, they are going to match up, right? I think the way the fight is going to go, Stephen Fulton is an exceptional fighter, right? Defensive, slick, pretty quick. He's athletic. He's an athletic fighter. But I think it's going to get to a point where I can see him getting hurt, and Inoue is just going to put him out. I think he's going to put him away. So I do got Inoue beating Stephen Fulton by stoppage. I think he's going to stop Stephen Fulton.
Okay, that was the clarity I was looking for. When you said put him away, I was wondering if you meant by stoppage. So you think he's going to stop Fulton?
I think he's going to stop him late rounds. I would say round 11, he'll stop him.
Okay, so me actually, there's some things I like about Inoue. I like his jab feint. I like the way he sets up that overhand right. Like he does several different things to set up that overhand right, and he really pops guys with it, right? And I think there's another thing I saw. I think it was the Donaire fight. Like he'll act like he's gonna high guard, and he'll counter out the high guard. It's like he's very quick, so very, very quick. But I think moving up to 122, I think Fulton's going to be a little bit bigger. I don't necessarily think it's going to be a crazy weight adjustment, but I think Fulton's just going to be naturally bigger. I'm not saying the power won't translate, but I think he's going to be shocked that Fulton is going to take punches a lot better than those guys at 118. Now, in a way, one thing I've seen him do is sometimes, like I said, he does throw that straight right, which is really good. But when it doesn't connect, he'll kind of just back out in a straight line. And then Fulton has a very good lead cross himself. You know what I mean? And he's also good at the 1-2. So I can see Fulton kind of just tagging Inoue at times throughout the fight, tagging him. And I've also seen Fulton spin guys. So I can see him having Inoue off balance. I know Inoue has great feet. He's very quick. But the guys I've seen him fight, they don't necessarily have a Fulton kind of style where, like, even though they like he's slick, like I said, he's kind of like strategizing as well to keep you off balance with the spins. And then one thing he'll do is Fulton kind of goes in there and he'll smother his opponent and kind of like hold their hands so they can't get off. And he's a decent inside fighter. He's not a knockout artist, so I think people think he's not good at fighting on the inside. But Fulton's a pretty solid inside fighter. I actually have him beating Inoue quite comfortably. I do think it's going to go the distance. I think he's going to beat him on points, but I think he's going to beat him kind of comfortably. I'll say like a 8-4-ish kind of fight.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see, because I think it's definitely, anything's possible, right?
Mhm.
But that the monster man, he's definitely very, and I think what people don't realize how elusive Inoue can be because of his aggressive style, especially from
Mhm.
like that midpoint to the inside, like the way he covers distance at times. I think people really underestimate his ability to kind of cover distance and get his shots off, right? And
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be one of the challenges that Stephen Fulton's, he's not gonna expect that. I think what his best opponent was, Brandon Figueroa, I believe, right? And I just felt like he just never fought a person to the caliber of Inoue. I think Inoue is a special fighter.
And but would you say Donaire is the caliber of Fulton? Because it's
No, I would.
possible that they each haven't fought a caliber fighter, similar to the other.
Yes, and I agree, but I think that the fashion of what Inoue has been doing in his weight class has been way more impressive than what I've seen from Stephen Fulton. You get what I
Okay.
mean? So
Mhm.
yeah, they both haven't fought the caliber fighters that each other has faced, but against the opponents that they fought, which were probably even like Donaire is probably is accolades wise is probably more accomplished than anyone that Fulton has ever fought, right? But the way he made him look was crazy. You get what I mean? So I think it's just a difference in level. And I'm not saying, of course, Stephen Fulton might just be that special fighter, right?
Mhm.
Well, I just don't know. I don't know. I'm going with Inoue. That's
Okay, gotcha. I got Cool Boy in this one. Like I think he's gonna tag him up. I think he's gonna frustrate in a way. I think once he's not landing those punches like he normally does, I think he's gonna get a bit frustrated. There's one bad thing that I see Fulton do. Sometimes he like lunges in a way being a counter puncher, maybe he does land that shot, but I just don't think so. I think Inoue is in for a long night. I really want to see how I'm going to see that fight because I'm guessing it's probably going to come on like what, maybe like 2 in the morning or something like that.
so
So it's going to be a
weird.
tough.
Yeah, like that's another thing I was thinking about too. I don't know how I'm gonna watch that. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
I
it's
gotta
gonna be a
figure it
tough
out.
one, and like I'm gonna be like in like Spence Crawford mode. So, but like I said, it is a fight going under the radar, not getting enough love. So I definitely wanted to show it some love. I'm definitely gonna see it. I just don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna make it happen.
Yes, yes, yes. Definitely, definitely. So, like, comment, subscribe, let us know in the comment section who you guys favor in this fight, by what decision, and let us know what are your thoughts.
And follow us on the socials at 2 cents short of a dollar.
Yes, yes, yes. Make sure y'all go and follow us.
All right, until next time, but definitely like, comment, subscribe. See the subscribers dip a little bit. I want to see that number come back up. It doesn't really hurt to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't cost you any money. So subscribe. We really appreciate the support and look forward to hearing from you guys soon.
Absolutely, absolutely.